mini lecture is going to focus on attention deficit disorder. And attention deficit disorder is one of 3 neurodevelopmental disorders that have significant impact throughout a person's life. So this one, like I said, we're going to focus on attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. We're also going to take a look at autism spectrum disorder, and then finally intellectual disability. So attention deficit disorder, children who display ADHD have great difficulty attending to tasks or behave overactively and impulsively, or both. The primary symptoms of ADHD may feed into one another, but in many cases one of the symptoms stands out more than another. Approximately half of the children with ADHD also struggle with or have issues with learning or communication problems, poor school performance, difficulty interacting with other children, misbehavior, which can often be serious, and mood or anxiety problems. Approximately 5% of school children display ADHD. As many as 70% of them are boys. Those whose parents have had ADHD are more likely than others to develop it. And this disorder usually persists through childhood, but many children show a lessening of symptoms as they move into mid-adolescence. As many as 60% continue to have ADHD as adults. So what are some of the causes? Clinicians generally consider ADHD to have several interacting causes. For example, the biological causes, which focuses particularly on abnormal dopamine activity, as well as abnormalities in the frontal striatal regions of the brain. Sociocultural theorists point out that ADHD symptoms and a diagnosis of ADHD may actually create interpersonal problems and produce additional symptoms in the child. So how is ADHD treated? Approximately 80% of all children and adolescents with ADHD receive treatment. There is a lot of disagreement and a lot of controversy, however, about the most effective treatment for ADHD. The most commonly applied approaches are drug therapy, Ritalin being the most common, or some other form of a stimulant, behavioral therapy, which very often includes operant conditioning techniques, and then finally some combination in terms of using the drug therapy and the behavioral therapy. And quite honestly, that combination is the most common route in terms of treating someone with ADHD. All right, so this mini lecture took a look at ADHD. Next, we'll take a look at autism spectrum disorder.